Oh, dude, do I just like connect these two wires together like this? Yeah. What's up, guys? So I just loaded up the van. I'm actually going over to my buddy's house, who happens to be my foreman. He's done a lot of car wiring and whatnot. He's just gonna, you know, help me get this electrical stuff going. Yes, I'm an electrician. I've talked about that, but I don't really want to tackle this on my own. Two minds are better than one. So I'm gonna be at my buddy's all day. We're gonna do some filming, show you guys what we're doing, and hopefully it turns out really well. So I'm over here. This is Tyler. We're gonna start tackling this thing. We're gonna lay it all out first and see how it's gonna go together.
Should be interesting.
Yeah, it will be. It will definitely be interesting. Got everything here too. Okay, so basically we just cut the hole for the shore power, and we're feeding the wire through right now. We're gonna hook this thing up and get it mounted, and then move on to the ground. Yeah. We got this thing all set up. We're gonna put it together. We're going to fill the hole that the wire's coming through in the back. We're going to fill it with silicone just to help stabilize it, help with any type of water leakage that could happen. And I think we're going to be golden. Okay, so basically I'm going to try to show you what we're doing here underneath the van. You can't really see, but he's getting the ground ready to go. We're going to bring it up. We're gonna go straight onto this, take this nut off, put the terminal on there, and that'll ground our entire system.
We're gonna wire brush it, clean it off.
Yeah.
Make sure it's bare metal.
And that is, just so everybody knows that's watching this, it's literally right behind the bumper. And we are coming down through here. There's a vent there, and I'm just utilizing that vent for my shore power wire and my ground wire. Oops. There's the finished product. Over here. Oops, shit. You can kind of see this hole here. We're gonna put tie wraps through it. We just drilled it out. We're gonna spray paint it, make sure it doesn't rust, and we're gonna pin the wire up like this, up out of the way. So shore power's mounted, side panels are back on. 30 amp plug. Right there on the back side of the van. Pretty cool. Alright, so basically where we're at right now is we built these up higher, basically. These walls. We left the other layer of plywood behind it. As you can see there, that way it'll just be a lot stronger, a lot more sturdy. It was expensive. Plywood's expensive, so be ready for that when you go buy it. Now we're building this distribution center out right now, and we're basically gonna run our layout and see where everything's gonna sit before we actually start getting carried away and actually mounting everything. Makes sense. Plan ahead, guys. Measure twice, cut once type of thing. Okay, I am here. We're making some progress. Like I said, we ended up rebuilding the little box that I built, shown in the background here. We're mounting everything. DC to DC charger here, charge controller here, and then we actually started putting the batteries in there. Fancy tie-down straps that I bought from Amazon. They were like 15 bucks a piece. I'll put a link in the video for them. but they're pretty stout. So all the batteries are gonna go side by side, kind of butted up against each other, just like so, in a line. We'll have some room up here to bring some wires in. Yeah, just kind of giving you an update. I'll keep coming back. Okay, we're finished for the day. Yeah, we've been going since what, 9:45 this morning. It's 6:45. It's a long time. We've gotten through a lot of stuff though. I'll show you here what we're finishing the day with. DC to DC chargers mounted, charge controllers mounted. We got wires ran, solar cables coming in, wires going back, the ground wire.
Shore power.
Yeah, the shore power's in here.
Chassis
and
ground.
Yeah, this is our chassis ground. This is the Victron Lynx distributor. Oh shit, didn't I just... Okay, fixed it. Battery switch to turn the power on and off to the batteries. The batteries are all in. These are gonna be our wires down here, gonna run to these. That guy is not mounted yet. That thing is massive. It's the Renogy 3000 watt inverter charger combo deal.
Weighs about 65 pounds.
Yeah, more than that. But yeah, so we got this all opened up so we can run wires through here. We extended this today all the way up on these two sides so that we can mount more stuff and have a little more room, make it more sturdy. Tyler, thank you for today.
All in all, I'm very pleased with the way it's working out. It's a cool experience for sure.
Yeah, it's looking clean too. I'm excited about it. Super stoked. We're gonna keep pumping away at this. Very soon we'll be checking back. I'm tired, super tired. What up, guys? So today I am back at my buddy's house, and we're gonna get back into the electrical again. We're kind of starting with figuring out where the DC to DC charger actually plugs in to the van to have the alternator signal that the car is running, and it needs to take power from the alternator to charge the system. Just so everybody knows, I'll show you right now since I just opened it up. This is right behind the passenger seat, or right next to it, I should say. This is where the fuse, it's just a bunch of fuses, whatnot, but this pin right here, bottom corner, that's pin number 13, and that's the pin we're going to be using to send that signal to the DC to DC charger. There I am. We're gonna actually, we don't actually have the pin Since we're electricians and all, we're gonna try something a little different, and just bring our wire into that, our signal wire, and probably use like a butt splice or a little heat shrink fork on each side, and we're just gonna see if that'll work. It should work the exact same way. It's all an electrical connection. There won't be any signal going through the wire when the vehicle is off, so it should work just fine. But after we try it and kind of get everything set up, we'll come back. I'll let you guys know. I'll probably write a little something about it in the show notes, because that's something that does confuse a lot of people. We're also today going to be taking wires up to the starter battery from the DC to DC charger. And then at that point, everything is going to kind of be contained in the garage area for us to continue mounting and wiring everything up that way. Okay, I'm back, and we decided to do something a little bit differently. I showed you the pin thing, and that's where most people go. That's where it's gonna show you anywhere you look online is to go to pin number 13 next to the passenger seat. We did a little investigation. We took our voltmeter, and at the back, because at the back of the van there was a 12-volt cigarette lighter. With the van off, I'll show you first that this is the cigarette lighter. This is where it was plugged in. It's a black and yellow wire on my van, which is a 2019. And basically we took the voltmeter, tested inside there. There's no voltage. Turn the van on, 12 volts comes to this. So essentially that is the exact same thing. It's 12 volts. And we're gonna attempt to just hook it into that instead, and we'll let you know how it goes. I ran my wire up through there, around the top, and down out over there. Okay, I know this is a kind of a bad video, but my red cable there, it's my positive, running down underneath the van. And we went up through the floor right there. It literally comes out right behind the wheel well. It'll shoot up, and I'll show you on the inside where it's. Hello, how are you? So that positive cable, our two wire gauge that we ran underneath the van comes up here. We'll shoot it in there, and we will bring it out this side and up into the DC to DC charger. All right, guys, we're switching gears here because I brought all the shiplap for the ceiling. We're gonna start trying to get that in. We snapped a line straight down the center for the shiplap on the ceiling, fitting a back piece here. We're gonna get the lights cut in, be able to wire them up. It's gonna be so cool. You'll see. And it's gonna be easier than you think. So basically, we cut out where the fan's gonna be. We're gonna have one full piece of shiplap, front to back. Like I said, the fan's cut out. We're putting 4 lights in this one piece. So we marked them all out exactly 2 feet apart, starting right to the back side of the fan. We're gonna drill the holes for them, and then we'll be able to put the lights in, wire them together, and then we'll mount the shiplap. So join us. Let's double check this. All right, guys, we're wrapping up the day, but as you can see behind me,
Super stoked.
we got ceiling in, one row of lights in. There's gonna be one more row of lights down this next board. But we're calling it a day. The ceiling looks good. We got screws in, all in line, screw caps on. We'll have a flange up here. Check back in with you guys when we get back to that. Super stoked though. It looks really good. We're gonna say thank you again to Tyler, because what a help. All right, catch you guys later on the next one. Yo! Back here over at Mr. Tyler's house. We're gonna finish the ceiling as you see above my head. More lights came in. Since we made a kind of a mistake last time, we meant to only put 4 lights in each. We're gonna do 2 rows of 4 lights, and we accidentally marked it out for 5 holes. I started drilling it, and then I was like, oh shit. So we're doing that. See all the light wires hanging. He's currently working on them back there. We're gonna get the lights wired up together, and we're also gonna get the fan wired up, get the ceiling up, finished up. So you can see I got that going out there, getting the lights in that panel. As I said, putting connectors on, running wire. We did this through these strips up here.
Make sure you account for where your screws are going to be in your ceiling. Do not drill through your wires.
Yes, doing this, be careful. You don't want to drill through your wires, because if you drill through your wires, I hope you know that they're not going to work anymore. So just come along. Hopefully get the ceiling finished up today, and then, you know, we're going to kind of finish wiring the electrical here at some point. Just kind of a lot of things going on at once, trying to finish the ceiling so that we're just done with it.
What's up, guys? So we're working on the wiring here, and we have these 4 lights that are going to be on a switch, and with these 2, but these 4 happen to come together right here. And what we're going to do is, I have stripped all the positives and all the negatives, and I have them separated. And what I'm going to do before I splice them is I'm going to put a little bit of solder on there. If you have the means, you can get a soldering gun on Amazon for like $10. I just happen to have one. But what that's going to do is going to fuse the wires together. So just in case you're driving down the road, you don't want it to like pull out. Chances are unlikely that it's going to pull out. But the solder just, you know, we don't want to have to take the ceiling apart if it does pull out. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to heat up the wire.
Whoa, whoops.
And don't step on the extension cord, because that can be dangerous. Let's see, I don't know if this is hot. Oh yeah, it's hot enough. So you're gonna heat up the wire. This would be better with another hand. I got it. You're gonna heat up the wire. You put the solder on the back side of it, and eventually it will melt. Or you can also just touch the solder on the gun, get it hot, and then boom. You see that? That's what you're looking for. And that's just a extra precaution. Not entirely necessary, but I feel better this way. Just want to get a nice even coating on all of them. so that way they will not come apart. You could even just solder those to what's going to be our wires going to the switch. You could solder those and just tape them up really good, or in our case we're going to use some crimp-on splices with a little bit of heat shrink.
Cool. All right, yo. We just got done wiring, or I guess Tyler did. Kind of watched, just because. But all the wiring is tucked up nice. You know, I guess this comes from being an electrician. Take pride in it. You'll thank yourself later, so that things don't mess up. But you can see it runs all the way down. It's all nice. It's up out of the way. And then, as you can see, as I said before, switch legs right here coming down for switches. We're gonna finish the ceiling. Be sure to test all the lights. Make sure they work before you get too far ahead of yourself. Make sure your fan works. Anything else up in your ceiling that you're not gonna be able to get to again without a lot of work, make sure it all works. Also, just a little piece of advice here. As you can see, I have 2 sets of lights. I'm gonna have 2 different switches, one for the back lights, one for the front lights. Label them somehow. Red is for the front, white is for the back. Also, your fan, make sure those max air fans that have black wire as your positive, white wire is negative. That's not normal, okay? It's usually the other way around. Make sure you remember how you wired them to, you know, this is a red and white wire. We switched it around, so it's gonna be normal for us. We'll show you later. Alright guys, we got a finished ceiling product, at least to the edges. We're gonna figure out what to do there. Not really entirely sure yet, but the ceiling is in, the lights are in, the fan is in, it's all wired together, and I'm stoked about it. Basically, what it comes down to with this van is there is what seems to be like 10,000 different things to do. My mind personally is like trying to think about all of them at once. We're like halfway through the electrical, we're doing the ceiling, and I'm thinking about the plumbing, you know, which I haven't even started yet, but I know I got to order all the material. So honestly, it just feels really good to have something crossed off the list. I don't got to worry about it anymore. We're gonna try to clean the ceilings. Shelby will probably attempt that. If that doesn't work out, we're gonna kind of repaint them again where we can, probably just with a foam brush, so we don't get any streaks with bristles. And gonna continue on the electrical. I'm kind of thinking these videos will kind of be like combined and whatnot, probably put out a couple just to kind of piece them together since they're kind of spread apart. But ceiling's done. I'd say half the electrical components are installed. They just kind of need to be wired together. That'll be done. Definitely making progress. You've seen Tyler in this video. You'll see him in other videos. He's kind of helping me out. 2 brains are better than 1, I promise. So if when you're building your video, you need someone else to help you that is even just a little savvy, that can at least just bounce ideas off your head and listen to your ideas, go ask for help. I promise it will make your life so much easier. And as always, don't be afraid to reach out and ask questions. I'm here to help. Most everybody in the van building community is always there to help. Love you guys.